Hey guys, today I'm with Carole Douillot, who's a life career and academic coach. How are you doing today, Carole?
I'm very good, thank you.
Thank you so much for being here and taking the time. I know you're up to some really interesting things, and you have a really big vision for your business. Tell us a little bit about what you do, just a high level overview to start.
Okay, so right now I'm creating a social enterprise, and the idea is to bring coaching into school. And the idea is to bring coaching not only for students to help them perform and be happier with themselves, but also to help teachers as well. Because in the UK, a lot of teachers are leaving the profession, which is really sad, and also supporting parents around the son or daughter struggles. So the idea of the coaching I have is not only targeting one side, but more holistic approach of all the different people, involved in the process, for students, parents, teachers, the whole community, basically.
Okay. You mentioned that teachers are leaving their profession. Is there any reason why?
So they're overworked. They have very long working hours, a lot just the teaching, and the demand of what they have to teach as well is more now. They have to cover a lot in the curriculum, so they feel like they don't have that freedom of teaching what they want, but it's more like teaching toward an exam. So they don't have that freedom of organizing the lesson the way they used to.
Gotcha.
And so there are lots of demands from management, how to do things, how to produce reports. And so basically less and less they have the freedom of doing things the way they want to do it.
Mm. And so you're helping create more freedom in these organizations?
So basically the idea of coaching is that everybody will start talking a different way, communicating differently. And like if you have groups of people from different departments talking together, speaking about their challenges and their struggles on a day-to-day basis, maybe managers will embrace that and start listening to them. So the role of the coach is like to facilitate the conversation
Mm.
and bringing extra support to the teachers, and in a way then also teaching them how to use coaching technique to teach more efficiently for the students as well. And instead of telling the students what to do, like using coaching, and this way as well is empowering the students to own their studies rather than feel like they're only responsible, like the teachers has the all onus of making sure the students achieve their grade, whereas the student need to own this responsibility as well.
Right. So it's more about empowering people. Like that, I like that. So integrating coaching into the educational environment, so that it's no longer just about the exam and the test, but also just holistically about how to grow as a human being.
Yeah.
Can you explain a little more about why coaching is needed in the educational environment, and maybe what like why is it lacking in that environment as well?
So one thing that's happening in the UK is like there's a very big problem around mental health. A lot of students are very, very anxious, very stressed, same for teachers. And they could go and have a counselor and have counseling session, but actually life coaching is more empowering than counseling, and it's looking for a plan of action, how to do things, how to solve issues, and students will find skills and realize that they have more resources than what they think they have. So that's why the coaching approach is more beneficial, I think, in this environment as well.
Yeah, I totally agree, and I think it's definitely missing in the U.S. as well. Like just the having the not just teaching people like knowledge and stuff, but actually getting them to think for themselves and like getting them to take action themselves. I totally agree with you. It's totally missing. And you've started working with a school, an organization. tell us about that. What has the process been like, and how have you been helping?
Okay, so the idea, so with the first school I'm working with, I'm intervening several times in a year, so we can actually monitor how they're feeling throughout the year. And the strategy around coaching is like, actually, they used to be told what to do, but this time we're flipping the coin, and they need to think on their feet. They need to start thinking, haha, this is what I need to do for myself. Not somebody telling me, you have to go to bed earlier, you have to do this, which they're used to. But actually, with the coaching, they will develop some skills which become better adults as well. So it's like different way of approaching their life, actually, in the long run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what kind of response are you getting, both from the educators and from people who work for the organization,
So
and also from students?
yeah, so the organization is really interested in giving it a go, because this is new, having coaches in their school. And they really sense that the students, because it's international students, they tend to just follow whatever they're being told to do, and like not thinking, oh, how can I improve the way I revise? How can I do this? They don't ask, they just want to know. So they're really happy to try this new approach. And I must say that for the students, it's quite new, so they're not sure they're getting it. So it's like little by little, they will embrace the coaching in itself. But yeah, it is a challenge, because they used to be just following what to do, and this
Right.
time
No.
it's like,
Mm,
wow, I have to formulate something here for myself.
yeah,
I have to
and it
come
could
up with
be
a goal. I have to see a plan of action. No one is telling me. I need to see what works for me.
right, and it's like not natural for them to think of that because they're so used to getting like assignments and stuff. Actually, I had the
Mm,
same experience. So I actually taught. I was a teacher at the school in Brooklyn, and it was mainly this like kind of after school program, but I my style of teaching was very much like I want to empower you. It was middle schoolers. I want to empower you to think for yourselves and like do your own thing. And it was harder. It was like really hard because they were all just like blank faced whenever I brought up now like kind of like coaching speak, like kind of I want you to sit here and think about like what you think about this issue and like what your goal is here. And I just like got blank faces because they just weren't used to that at all.
yeah, and also showing them that you're their equal. You're not authority. You're
Yeah,
not, imposing things on them. And they're so used to having a
exactly.
parent or a teacher saying, yeah, yeah,
Right.
this is what to do.
Exactly. And then kind of like letting we don't know everything. I want you to discover what you think about this yourself.
Mm.
Um, and me, I went to a college where you actually design your own major. You proactively created your own curriculum and it was very much um, a, a response to most kinds of colleges which are not about that at all. um, so I was fortunate to like go to a school that had all of this integrated into what they do.
Mm.
But most by far the majority of institutions and universities and colleges and every kind of school isn't like that at all.
Yeah, so it's a big vision, because it has to change the culture, the way we see things, the way the schools are being run. So
Yep.
it's a big endeavor. But I think it's finding the schools that are forward thinking.
Yep, exactly. And that was my next question was how do you find what kind of schools are open to this?
So I'm still at the early stage of that. So I'm starting to ask people who mentality or is quite new and want to change things, the way things are running. So I'm still like discussing, because I think you can't force the idea. They really need to embrace that. Yeah, coaching can help. Yes, we need to change the culture. Selling the benefits, and still life coaching is still not really properly known, because people think of coaching probably as mentoring, and are we the expert, we tell people how to do things.
Right.
where
Right.
the empowerment side of thing is still not really, probably not understood so
Yeah,
much. So
definitely.
it's selling the idea in the first place of coaching.
It's hard.
But I really think there are some leaders there that will be happy to try it out.
Right. No, I agree. There's a lot of progressive thinkers about education, and it's just about locating those people, and they'll get it once you explain what you want to do. So if someone maybe knows someone who's a progressive educator or is one themselves, how can they get in touch with you?
Okay, so yeah, so at the moment my website is not finished. So the best way is info@cdcoaching.co.uk. So this is my more generic business for life coaching in general, but the enterprise will be called Coaching for Education.
Mm-hmm.
So as you can see, it's still at the beginning.
Okay. But I'll definitely like leave a link so people can get in touch.
That'd be
Um,
great. Yeah, thank you.
and yeah, I want to just say thank you so much for taking the time to explain what
Thank
you
you.
do, and hopefully your vision enlightened some people about the education space, or maybe some people connected with it.
Yeah, thank you. It's also like finding people who are on the same page, on the same boat, and they want to make this
Exactly.
shift. And so it's not necessarily a school teacher, but it could be anybody. It could be a
Anyone.
parent. It could
Right.
be anyone.
Yeah, and I think people who get it get it. You know, it's not even a hard sell. Once you if you get what you're if they are in alignment with your values, they totally get the need for a coach in the educational space. Yeah, well, I want to thank you again. Thanks for taking your time. I really appreciate it. And good luck with everything.
Thank you very much.